We kick off with Akira Himegami, a guy whose life plan was simple: confess to his foster sister Tawasa, maybe hold hands and live happily ever after. But because this is anime, the universe said, "Hold my beer," and decided to interrupt his confession with a literal assassination attempt. Classic PA Works drama, right off the bat. So Akira gets put on ice, literally, cryogenically frozen to save his life. He wakes up 200 years later in 2238. Now, usually when you wake up in the future, you expect flying cars or chrome everything. Instead, Akira gets a post-apocalyptic wasteland and a robot girl named Yugure proposing marriage to him within 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. She saves him from some generic soldiers and immediately drops the "be my husband" line. It's the desperate waifu energy we didn't know we needed. The animation here is gorgeous, by the way. The dust particles alone probably cost more than my rent. But Akira, he's just confused, traumatized, and definitely not ready to mingle. It's a solid hook that screams, "We are going to make you cry later." Now that the Wake Up tutorial is over, episode 2 is where the show flexes its world-building muscles. We learn about OWEL, the big bad organization that basically runs what's left of society by hoarding pre-apocalypse tech. They're like Apple, but with more guns and less customer service. Akira is trying to process that everyone he ever loved is dead, which is a vibe killer, let me tell you. Yugure is sticking to him like glue, explaining that she's an outside series android. We see the dynamics start to form. Akira is the grumbling, tragedy-stricken relic of the past, and Yugure is the overpowered, emotionally stunted android trying to understand humanity through, well, stalking him. We also get to see the city aesthetics. It's this mix of high-tech decay and rustic ruins that PA Works excels at. It's Nagiasu meets Nier Automata, and I am absolutely here for it. The episode ends with Akira realizing he has zero rights in this new world. He's an artifact, a breathing museum piece. It's a heavy realization that grounds the sci-fi spectacle in some real, uncomfortable human emotion. Just when you thought it was going to be a road trip with just the gloomy boy and the thirsty robot, we pick up a stray. Enter Amaru. She's this adorable little girl who is obsessed with picture books. In this world, apparently physical media is banned because OWEL hates fun and knowledge. Amaru wants to find a specific book her parents made, and because Akira has a save everyone complex, he agrees to help her. This episode is deceptive. It feels like a cute slice of life detour, watching these three interact. Yugure trying to understand why a book is important is comedy gold. She treats it like a tactical objective, but underneath the fluff, there's this creeping sense of dread. Amaru is alone. Why is a child alone in a robot-infested wasteland? The show is planting seeds here. We see Akira softening up, stepping into a father figure role he never got to have with Tawasa. It's wholesome, which in anime terms means something terrible is about to happen. You can't have this much smiling without a penalty tax later. Okay, so the search for the picture book escalates quickly. We find out Amaru has been captured by OWEL because, surprise, they don't like people digging up the past. Akira, who was just a normal dude 200 years ago, decides he's going to break into a high-security facility. Yugure, of course, is the muscle. Seeing her switch from "please marry me" to "I will delete your existence" combat mode is terrifyingly awesome. The action direction here is surprisingly crisp. PA Works isn't known for shonen-style fights, but the choreography of Yugure using her extendable sword to dismantle mechs is fluid and impactful. But the real kicker is the emotional stakes. Akira isn't fighting for the world, he's fighting for this one kid's memory of her parents. When they finally rescue Amaru, the look of relief on Akira's face hits different. It's the first time he's felt useful in this new century. But then we get a glimpse of Hakubo, another android who looks suspiciously like Yugure, watching from the shadows. The plot thickens, and the danger levels just spiked. We've had the action, now we need the awkward romance tropes. Episode 5 gives us the calm before the storm. Akira and Yugure technically go on a date, but it's mostly Yugure trying to replicate human romance based on corrupted data files. She's feeding him synthesized food and asking if his heart rate is elevated. It's cute, cringe, and endearing all at once. Meanwhile, Amaru is dealing with some jealousy, which seems cute at first, a kid wanting attention, but it's played with this weirdly intense edge. We also get some backstory on Tawasa through Akira's flashbacks. He compares Yugure to her constantly, which is healthy. No. Understandable? Yeah. The episode does a great job of showing us that Yugure isn't Tawasa, no matter how much Akira might wish she was. She's her own person. Well, Android. It's a slow burn episode that focuses on character chemistry, reminding us why we care about these idiots before the plot inevitably comes crashing down on their heads again. It's the deep breath before the plunge. And here comes the plunge. We finally get the history lesson on what happened during Akira's 200-year nap. We learn about the AI war. Apparently, Tawasa's project, the one she was working on when Akira got frozen, went Skynet. Her Alpha II went rogue, decided humanity was a bug, and started the apocalypse. The twist is the Outside series androids, like Yugure, were created to save humanity from that rogue AI. So Yugure is essentially the cleanup crew for the mess Akira's girlfriend's code created. That is some heavy guilt to drop on a guy. Akira realizes that the woman he loved might be responsible for the end of the world. The episode is heavy on exposition, but visual storytelling keeps it engaging. We see flashbacks of the war, the destruction, and the sheer scale of the loss. It recontextualizes everything. Yugure isn't just a random robot, she's a monument to Tawasa's failure and redemption. This is where the show shifts from post-apocalyptic rom-com to existential nightmare. Things are getting weird with Amoru. We find out that Amoru isn't exactly entirely human. Or rather, her situation is complicated. Hakubo, the Yugure lookalike from earlier, shows up and drops a bombshell. Amoru's consciousness is linked to the systems Owl is hunting. This episode focuses on Yugure's internal struggle. She was built to fight, but she's learning to love, and now she has to protect a child who might be a weapon. There's a scene where Yugure asks Akira if she has a soul, and instead of a philosophical speech, he just holds her hand. It's PA Works doing what they do best: subtle, quiet intimacy. But the conflict with Hakubo escalates. We get a mirror match, Yugure versus Hakubo. It's tragic because they are essentially sisters, models from the same line, forced to fight for different ideologies. Hakubo represents pure logic and obedience to the mission, while Yugure represents the glitch of emotion. It's a classic trope, but executed with such style that I can't even be mad at it. We finally reach the location of the banned books. The banned books aren't about secret code or hidden timers. They're about memories the future decided were too dangerous to keep. The atmosphere in this episode is top tier, with blue hues, muted sound design, and just pure melancholy. They find Amoru's parents' book, but it's not just a story. It contains code, data. This is where the plot accelerates. The book doesn't reveal an expiration date. It exposes how the future tried to systematize love and why that system is already breaking. Yugure doesn't have forever. She's running on borrowed time. Akira learns that saving the world might mean losing Yugure. The tragedy is baked into the setting now. The joy of finding the book is immediately undercut by this revelation. It's that PA Works special sauce. Here's a happy moment, now choke on it. Watching Akira desperately try to find a workaround in the old data logs using his 200-year-old knowledge is heartbreaking. He's a man out of time trying to fix a future that was designed to break. Okay, strap in, because episode 9 is where the show grabs you by the collar and screams in your face. Akira starts having headaches, glitches in his vision. He assumes it's cryo-sleep sickness. It is not. During a confrontation with Owl's high command, the truth comes out. The real Akira Higami, he's not this guy. The real Akira is alive. He's an old man, kept alive by machines in the center of the labyrinth. Our protagonist, the guy we've been following for 9 episodes, he is an android, a copy, a backup drive with feelings. I legit paused the video. The clues were there, but here's the kicker. The real Akira didn't build him out of cowardice. The original Akira is terminally ill, rotting in a chair from the atmospheric fallout of the war. He literally couldn't leave his life support system, so he built a better, healthier version of himself to do the one thing his dying body couldn't: find Tawasa. This recontextualizes everything. His love, programmed. His mission, a dying man's last wish. The breakdown Akira has here is visceral. PA Works, you magnificent, cruel bastards. After the identity crisis, we go to meet the maker. Android Akira, let's call him Robo Akira, confronts old Akira, and man, old Akira is a piece of work. Old Akira isn't a villain twirling a metaphorical mustache. He's a broken man who made one last desperate choice and has to live with what it became. He reveals that Tawasa is long dead, and he's been trying to resurrect her using the Amoru consciousness data. Amoru isn't a resurrection project. She's the living question mark at the center of Owl's idea of love, memory, and control. This family reunion is messy. Robo Akira has to decide, does he follow his programming, serve the original, or does he protect the new family he's built, Yugure and Amoru? Yugure steps up here, telling Robo Akira that his heart is real because of how he treated her. It's cheesy, yes, but after the nihilism of the last episode, we needed this. Robo Akira decides to reject his creator. He chooses to be his own man, even if he's made of metal. There's no doomsday switch, no citywide battle, just a deeply personal clash of ideals, where Owl's belief system finally collides with Akira's. Yugure and Robo Akira versus an army of drones, and Hakubo, who is still blindly following orders. This is the spectacle episode. PA Works emptied the budget. Beams, explosions, emotional shouting over rain, it's got it all. But the core is the tragedy of Hakubo. Yugure has to fight her sister to the death. It's not a glorious fight, it's messy and sad. Hakubo isn't granted some poetic battlefield death. Instead, she stands as a reminder of what happens when duty is followed so long that choice stops existing. While Robo Akira is trying to hack the central core to stop the old man from overriding Amoru's mind with Tawasa's, he has to delete the memory of the woman he was programmed to love, Tawasa, to save the girl who needs him now, Amoru. It's the ultimate symbolic letting go of the past. He's literally deleting his reason for existing to save the future. The finale. The dust settles, the old man is defeated, his lab crumbling, but the cost is high. The truth hits harder than any countdown ever could. Yugure isn't running out of time. She's running out of places where love is allowed to exist. The final scenes are devastatingly quiet. No grand speeches, no heroic sacrifice, just Akira realizing that in this world, love isn't something you protect with weapons, but with choices. They sit on a cliff overlooking the ruined city, watching the sunset, the dusk from the title. Yugure thanks him for giving her a life, for making her more than a weapon. She shuts down. It's devastating. But wait, do not close the tab, because PA Works pulled the ultimate bait and switch in the post-credit scene. We see Akira taking Yugure's core to the Abyss Forge, that place mentioned back in episode 8. The final moments don't promise miracles or easy fixes, just the uneasy knowledge that love survived, even if the world still doesn't know what to do with it. She's back. It turns out the dusk wasn't the end of the world, it was just the start of the night shift. We got the happy ending we didn't deserve, but definitely needed. So yeah, if you want to question your own existence and watch robots fall in love, this is the one. Just bring tissues, maybe a drink. You're gonna need it. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you'd date a robot. Don't lie to me, I know you would.